Now, probably one of the more common things you have to do with your SIRT is adjust the lasers. You adjust the lasers through these holes that are open on the side and the lower part and upper part of the SIRT, the front portion. Adjusting the lasers is essentially having set screws that move the back end of the laser around. You want to make sure that you keep your sights as centered as possible. Don't adjust your sights. In other words, put your sights on so they're centered just like your live fire gun, so your natural point of aim while you're training, and the SIRT is emulating your live fire pistol, and then adjust the lasers to the sights. And let's go over that right now. What you will need is your 1.5 millimeter hex wrench. If you do go to the hardware store and have to pick one of these up, I would suggest getting a couple. They tend to grow legs and get lost. I keep one in my wallet right by my concealed carry permit, okay, right in there. I always have my wallet around, so that's just my stock place to carry an extra one of these wrenches. So to adjust the shot indicating laser, let's go and adjust the windage first. So I'm going to put this into this hole and have it find a little home there, and then I'm going to aim the SIRT, like at the location, get a good safe location. I'm going to pin the trigger back. So I'm going to break the shot and pin the trigger back, okay? And then I'm going to look down the sights, and then I'm going to adjust it left and right. Now I would suggest sighting in on a target about 15 yards away, because at 15 yards away, the offset from your line of sight and the laser is such that it just kisses about 15, and if you shoot really far targets, like that jar on your fence post, 50 yards out or something like that, it doesn't rise up too much. And if you're shooting closer targets, you generally still see that laser impact with your off-eye, okay? So if I'm picking about a 15-yard target, I'm putting this 1.5 millimeter hex wrench in on the side. I break the trigger, I pin it back, meaning I hold it all the way back so it stays on. And then I will watch it go left and right. I generally will close an eye. And it just cuts sight picture. I want it just to cut sight picture, cutting left and right. Now, you may ask, like, okay, which way do I turn it? Well, honestly, I would just suggest turn it one way. If it's the wrong way, go the other direction, okay? Don't go too far either direction to bottom it out, and if it should be pretty easy to turn. But it's righty-tighty, which means as you righty-tighty, that you're pushing that back end of the laser, and the laser is going to go to your right. And as you go left and unloosen the set screw, all right, the laser is going to go to the left. All right, I'm talking about the top part of the wrench. Just use a classic righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. But honestly, I wouldn't get too wrapped around the axle on that. When you start moving it, you'll figure it out real quick. Oh, wrong way, other way, okay? But what you will want to do is you'll probably in unison have to adjust the vertical laser. So in the upper portion right here, go ahead and put the 1.5 millimeter hex wrench in. Take a sight on your target and just have it raise up and down like so. So I like to have it just so it kind of cuts that sight picture in half, all right? So that's really the fundamentals of adjusting the shot indicating laser. Now let's talk about adjusting the take-up laser. Now, the take-up laser generally is out of sight picture. It comes below sight picture from our factory setting here. And the reason for that is because it is not really used as a sighting aid. It's more to sense, from an instructor, even if you're diagnosing yourself, when you're taking up the slack of the trigger, okay? As I noted before, there's a lot of videos we have on that, on the training value. But if you do want to adjust it, you can just by these two holes. There's a hole right in the middle, here, right by where the Picatinny rail is, and there's a hole right here. And a very common adjustment to do is to insert like so and bring it further down, okay? Bring the laser impact down. So technically what we're doing, we're lifting the back of the laser up, so we're gonna go righty-tighty and screw the set screw in, lift it up, all right? And that red laser will go down further out of sight picture. That's a more common adjustment. I do that quite a bit. There is really no set position for this, but you can kind of see how you can adjust it up and down